Good morning, students. This video is for class 3 science, and today we will start a new chapter, that is plants in our surrounding. Plants in our surroundings. That means the trees, the plants that you can see in your locality, in your area, in the area where you live, where you stay. Plants play an important role in our lives as we depend on them for food, clothing, timber, medicine, and other things. So, almost everything that is required for us to survive, for us to live, is actually fulfilled by plants. So, we depend greatly on them for the timber we use, for the food, for clothing, for medicine, and many other things. They also give out oxygen which we need for breathing. So, they give oxygen that is very much necessary for our survival. If there is no oxygen, we wouldn't have breathed anything, then we would have died. So oxygen is very much necessary for us to survive, and that is what we get from plants. Hence, we can say that life would not be possible on earth without plants. This is very true, because without trees, without plants, we wouldn't have survived on this earth, because each and everything that is necessary for us to survive, for us to live on this earth, is that we get from plants. There is a large variety of plants on our planet, like trees, shrubs, herbs, climbers, creepers, and aquatic plants. So we see different type of plants. There are some herbs. That means it depends upon according to the size of the plants. So we see herbs, we see shrubs, then we see trees, aquatic plants, and many others. However, the basic structure or parts of majority of plants remains the same. That means the basic structure, the basic part of a plant are almost the same in each and every plant. Each plants bear leaves, they have branches, they have roots, they have flowers, they have fruits. So each and every part of plants, most of the plants, they have almost all the parts of that plant should have. We will read about these plant parts, the parts of plants in details. We will read about these parts of plant in details in these chapters. Number one, the first thing we will study. First, let us know about the parts. A plant has two system. That means there are some parts which grows inside the soil, and there are some parts which grows above the soil. The parts that grows above the soil are known as shoot system. And the part that grows below the soil is known as root system. These are the two systems of a plant. Just like different organ system of our body, a plant has also two different systems. Number one, the root system, and the other is the shoot system. The part of the plant, as I have already explained, the part of the plant that grows above the soil is known as the shoot system, and the part of the plant that grows below the soil, that is under the soil, is known as the root system. The part of the plant that grows below the ground and holds the plant in its place forms the root system. And the parts of the plant, such as stem, branches, leaves, fruits, and flowers that grow above the ground, forms the shoot system. And after the discussion of the shoot system and the root system, we will read about them in details. Let's learn about the various parts of a plant, their structure and the functions. The first part is of the plant that we are going to discuss is the root. Root is that part of the plant that grows under the soil, inside the soil. Different plants have different types of root. They are mainly two types. So these roots are of two types. One is taproot and the other is fibrous root. Now this taproot is a straight root. Suppose there is a plant and a straight root that grows, a long straight root, and you have very sub roots growing from this. This is known as taproot. But what is a fibrous root? Fibrous root is like the root of grass. The roots make section of them from where they grow. They don't have any main branch of the roots. But in the taproot, they have a main branch of the root. Taproot is the single main root that grows straight downward from the lower end of the stem, below the ground. Several smaller roots grow from the taproot. There are many smaller roots, many small roots. As I have told you, they grow from taproot. Many small roots. They go from taproot. Plants such as bean, mustard, and carrot have taproot. There is, for example, carrot, then mustard. They all have this taproot, one main root, and from that there are many small roots growing. But fibrous root comprise of a numerous number of roots. Comprise of a number of roots that grow from the lower end of the stem, below the ground. These roots look like mass of fibers. It looks like many numbers of thread-like structures called fibers that grow in all directions. They grow, you see, if you can see, they grow in all directions from here. Straight from here, they grow in all directions. Plants like grass, wheat, and onions have fibers. If you have seen the roots of grass or if you have seen the roots of onion, you will see they are fibrous root, because many number of roots grow from the same point. Now, roots have different functions to perform. What are these functions? Let us see. Number one, it fixes the plant firmly in the soil. That means a plant, when it grows, it keeps the plant strong in that firmly, very strongly in that area of soil. It helps the plant to stand upright. That means upright in its fixed place. It holds the soil together. Now, when these roots are there, it actually makes the soil to be together, to compact together. It absorbs water and mineral from the soil and passes them to other. So, the work of this, the main function of the root is to absorb the soil and nutrients, all the soil, water and minerals that are present in the soil, and then after absorbing it, it transfers to each and every part of the plant. Therefore, some roots like carrot, radish, and turnip store food prepared by the plants. We eat roots of such plants. So there are few roots which actually can store food in them, and when they store food in them, they grow big in size, and after that we eat them. For example, like carrot, you all have eaten, turnip, radish, or these are all roots which can store food in them, and after that we eat on them, we feed on them. So children, I hope you have understood. Please, after watching the videos, read the paragraph till how much I have explained. It will be much more clearer to you all. So for today, up to this much. Thank you, class.